G'day guys and welcome back to ADOS the Great YouTube channel. So guys, if you haven't heard already, the NRL All Star squads got released today. Both teams have named the 20-man squad and boy am I excited for this clash. Now, I was at work when the teams got announced, so unfortunately this video is a little bit late, but I still wanted to get it up and out to you guys as soon as possible. So basically, guys, I just want to have a bit of a chat to you about how I think the teams will line up. So how these 20 players, what positions they'll take, and yeah, all that good stuff. Obviously, we're going to have different opinions on where these players are going to play. Are they going to be in the starting 13, off the bench? I'm sure we're all going to have a different opinion. But I reckon I've done pretty well with the 1 through to 20 man squads I've named. I'd love to hear your comments though, so please let me know. Before I do continue with this, I will let you know that I am terrible at pronouncing a lot of these names, so I probably will use nicknames and stuff there. So please bear with me with that. I'd love to give it a go. I probably will give it a go for some players, and if I do butcher it, which most of us Aussies bloody will, because we're terrible at pronouncing names, please drop it in the comments and let me know where I've gone wrong there. I'd love to, improve and, pronounce players' names the right way. So let's jump in with the Indigenous All Stars. So my Indigenous All Star team is looking like this. Now, bear in mind, I did have Nicho Hynes starting at fullback and Jack Bird at 5'8", but I have made a change to that, and I think this just makes the team a lot more complete. So my fullback is Will Kennedy. The wingers are Josh Adokar and Alex Johnston. Katoni Staggs and Jesse Ramian are the centres. At 5'8" is Nicho Hynes. At halfback is Albert Kelly. Now, I think this backline is elite. I think this is the best backline they could have named with the players healthy. Now, on to that. It sucks that we won't see players like Caleb Pong and Cody Walker, Jack White or Jerome Hughes, just to name a few. They have been ruled out, unfortunately. I think a lot of it is COVID related, so that does suck a lot. And obviously, Latrell Mitchell won't be there either. Probably one of the biggest, advocates for Indigenous people and culture in the NRL. So it sucks that we won't see Latrell there. But yes, I think the starting lineup, the starting seven for the Indigenous All Stars, I think I've pretty much hit the nail on the head there. There could be a bit of an argument to say Hammer deserves to start, but I think the 1 through 5 I've named is pretty good. Let me know what you guys think and what you'd tweak. But then moving on to the forwards. So in the front row, I've got Ryan James and Josh Curran. Now, Andrew Fafita, you could make an argument for him to start. Same with Tanua Brown. Either one of those players could definitely slot in, or both. You could have Fafita and Brown start together, or James and Fafita, James and Brown. I think Josh Curran definitely deserves a start, so that's why he's in my front row starting pack. So, yeah, I've got Ryan James and Josh Curran for the front rowers. At dummy half, I've got Reuben Cotter. I think he definitely deserves a run there. Or you could possibly move him to lock, which we will get to in a second. But my second rowers and my lock are David Fafita, Tyrell Fuimaono, and Josh Kerr. Now, this is where I'm saying you could probably move Reuben Cotter down to lock and then have Trindle come up and start at dummy half. I don't know. There's a few things you could tweak there. But personally, I think I've put together a decent-ish team there. Starting 13, that is. And then my bench is looking like Jack Bird in the number 14, Andrew Fafita, Tanua Brown, Will Smith, Sylvan Cobbo, Hammer, and Trindle, rounding up my 7-man bench. So, guys, let me know what you guys thought of my 1 through to 20 for the Indigenous All Stars. Now we jump over to the Maori All Stars. I know I'm not pronouncing that exactly right either. I'm trying my best. Now, this is another one where you could make a few little tweaks, I guess. So to start off with, I've got Jordan Rapana making the fullback, or getting the fullback role. We've got Morgan Harper and Ramus Smith on the wings, and then Patrick Herbert and Isan Masters in the centres. Now, you could make an argument that Dylan Walker should be fullback, moving Jordan Rapana to the wing, and then having maybe Morgan Harper or Raymond Smith drop out. I don't know. I quite like Rapana, Harper and Smith on the wings, and then Herbert and Masters in the centres. Rapana obviously the fullback. I quite like that. I'm sticking with that. I think that's how they're going to go. Although, you could have like Cody Nikorima playing in the halves with CHT move Walker to fullback. I don't know. But my halves are Dylan Walker and Chanel Harris Tavita. I think that's probably the best case scenario for that. So that's my 1 to 7. Rapana, Smith, Herbert, Masters, Harper, Walker, Harris Tavita. And then in the forward pack, I've got James Fisher-Harris, Cody Nikorima, and Joseph Tarpany. So obviously Cody Nikorima being the dummy half there. That's a pretty nice, 8, 9, and 10 personally. I think that's really, really, that is really clean. I think the back line for the Indigenous All Stars is leagues above the back line for the Maori All Stars. But I think the forward packs, I think the Maoris have them. I really do. James Fisher-Harris, Cody Nikorima, and Joe Tarpany make up the front row. In the second row, I've got Kenny Bromwich, or Bromwich, however you want to pronounce it. It says what I mean. Always butchering it. Kevin Proctor and Jazz Tavanga. Obviously, Jazz Tavanga could play dummy half if you move Cody Nikorima up into the halves, moving Walker to fullback, as I was saying before. But I do think that Bromwich, Proctor, and Tavanga will make up the second row / lock. And then I had Britton Nakora starting over Proctor to begin with, but I think Proctor's more experienced, and I think he'll get the nod over Nakora there. Off the bench, I'm going to butcher this name. I had Saulo. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. Please let me know how to pronounce that name in the comments, because I've butchered it. I just know I have. TC Rabati, Royce Hunt, and then Britton Nakora, the 17th man. The 18th, 19th, and 20th players are Aaron Clark. I'm gonna bugger this name up too. Pau Tapua. Please let me know how to fix that too, guys. Drop it down in the comments, because I know I've butchered that. And then Jaden Nikorima to round out the bench. So that is the way I've sort of listed the Maori All Stars. Do let me know in the comments what changes you'd make. But I think that's pretty fair. If you guys would make changes, I would love to hear what sort of changes you guys would make to that. But I think that's pretty fair. Now, when you look at both teams, and I will do a bit more of an in-depth preview before the game on February 12th, but I do think that the Indigenous All Stars should come into this game heavily favoured, as they just look like a different beast, man. I look like the back lines. I think the Indigenous All Stars are leagues above, but the forward packs, I've got to give it to the Maori All Stars. The bench, I've got to give it to the Indigenous All Stars. So I think the Indigenous All Stars should definitely go into this game as heavy favourites, but I still think it's going to be a fun, hard-hitting, grind-out sort of game for most of it. I'm very excited for it. This is always very respectful between these two teams, and I can't wait for Saturday, February 12th. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap it up from me. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I definitely enjoyed making it. This was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much once again. And as always, guys, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.